Okay, so this is hilarious. I just saw this white lady on here complaining that she just lost her job because she was hired under the diversity, equity, and inclusion program at her work. And you can see she didn't want to say it, but she really wanted to be like, but I'm not black. But that's not what diversity, equity, inclusion meant. The number one recipient of DEI hires is white women. The number one people who have benefited the most from this whole affirmative action and DEI hired has been white women, 100%. And now all these white women who voted for Donald Trump are going to find out that DEI included them. And I'm sorry, but this is one of the best fuck around and find out moments yet, because these women are the ones who deserve to be fired. I'm sorry, like, if you voted for Donald Trump and you get fired because you were a DEI hire, don't come looking to me for sympathy.
There is absolutely nothing that MAGA folks won't blame on people of color. Not because folks of color are actually to blame for any of those things, but because it's all MAGA knows. If you're out of work, must be because an immigrant of color or a black person took your job. If your taxes are too high, it must be because of welfare payments going to those people. Never mind the contradiction of saying that they take all the jobs, but also take none of the jobs because they're too busy relying on welfare rather than working. It can't be both, guys. You got to pick a lane, right? Kid didn't get into the college you wanted? Well, must be because a person of color got preferential treatment and stole their slot, even though the Supreme Court has essentially ended race-based affirmative action. You can't afford a home? Well, it must be because immigrants are taking all the homes and driving up the cost. Forget for a minute that they're also the ones building most of the homes, thereby driving down the cost. But, whatever. Scared of crime? Well, it must be because black and brown folks and migrants are making the cities unsafe. Forget for a minute that crime has actually dropped, even as immigration has gone up, and immigrants have lower crime rates than American citizens, but, whatever. When the pandemic hit, oh yeah, that was the fault of Asians, people of color, and their open air markets. When a door flew off a plane a couple years ago, Elon blamed it on a DEI program for pilots. And when a barge brought down a bridge in Baltimore, the right blamed it on the DEI mayor, which is just their new word for the N-word. To MAGA, white folks are never to blame for anything. Black and brown folks are to blame for everything. Why? Because MAGA is a racist cult. If your answer for every problem in America is people of color, you're a racist by definition. If your answer is Jews, you're a Nazi. And in either case, you deserve to be crushed utterly and without pity or mercy.
Funny how my black brothers and sisters are in Montgomery, Alabama, taken to the streets, marching in Alabama as our great-grandparents did in the name of Black Votes Matter. And I haven't seen a single news outlet or article talking about what my people are out there standing for and currently doing. Hundreds of buses of black people at that took to Montgomery, Alabama at 12 o'clock this afternoon, putting feet on pavement to protest the redistricting that is eliminating black seats from the Senate as we speak right before midterms, and everyone's quiet because there's no watermelons or rainbows involved. Even though y'all talk about how we were resting and digesting, now's the time to get the fuck up, and my people are doing it, and everyone's silent as a fucking mouse.
We got it together. That should be in the midst. More than 2 or 3 here, Lord. You said with 2 as a touching, that you would give us whatever we ask for is more than 2 touching here, Lord. Yes, Lord.
And this isn't a little protest. Thousands are expected to rally and march today in Selma, Montgomery. And guess what? There's nothing being said about it, but this is to defend black political representation. We're witnessing people in the House of Tennessee, black Democrats, who were walked out of their positions and told they can no longer participate in the committee because they stood up for our rights, and our people are out there fighting, and no one's saying anything.
That we shall overcome.
So while my people are being dragged out of their rightful places in the government, you're sitting on your couch saying we're lazy. Where the fuck are our watermelons and rainbows?
Black people have been surviving hard times in America for generations, so struggle is not new to them. They have learned how to survive systems that were never built to protect them while still finding ways to build families, businesses, culture, and even hope in the middle of adversity. So let's have a look. Please like and hype the video, then I'll come back with more, all right? Let's get into it.
I hear what you guys are saying about the whole don't shame MAGA back to the far right. Like, all of these people are waking up and we need to welcome them with open arms because we don't want the left to ostracize them so that they feel like all they have is the right. And then we just like repeat the cycles and we push them further and further away. I hear what you're saying. And it does make sense logically. Like, oh, we should resist the urge to say, I told you so. Oh, we shouldn't shame them for not knowing any better. We need to all come together now because it's not right versus left. It's up versus down and all that kumbaya bullshit. Okay. I get it. I am not one of those people. Because two things can be true at the same time. We can applaud the return of the prodigal son while also holding that ass to the fire. After the Civil War ended, Northern white people and the government in general didn't stand on business hard enough. And that's why we have MAGA today. Let's be clear about that. All of those fucking Confederates that should have been executed the day they decided to become traitors against the United States of America, the day they decided to lay down their lives and give their last breath in defense of slavery, they all should have been, I don't know if you could see my hand. Let me do it again. You know what I'm saying? They all should have got a musket to the face. And because they didn't, because we took it easy on them, because we chose to prioritize their humanity while they ravaged other people's humanity, that Confederate mindset, that delusional, completely detached from reality, hateful, violent, traitorous, animalistic mindset has been allowed to seep through the annals of American history like the virus that it is. And now what we have today is a large portion of the population that is still fully accepting of sicknesses, sicknesses to humanity, cancerous beliefs that eat away at not only their humanity, not only do these people's beliefs corrode their own soul, they corrupt the soul of others and the collective soul of humanity. Because let's be clear about what the fuck these people have done over centuries. They have weaponized that holy book that they call a Bible and beat people over the heads with it until their brains were bashed in. Like, to be clear, racism is the reason why we don't have universal health care. Hatred against women is the reason why we don't have affordable daycare or federally mandated paid maternity, paternity, and leave or parental leave. To be clear, these people's hateful, divisive, corrosive, cancerous values and belief systems are the reasons why America is severely lacking in all of the tools and resources that make those fucking Europeans, those smelly as no AC having Europeans, have a better quality of life than we do. I don't know why Europeans just caught strays. I'm just mad. And it's okay to be mad, is what I'm trying to say. I fully understand that there are a lot of people in this world that are born into darkness. It's as simple as that. I was born into the light. Can't relate. There are a lot of people in this world. When I say darkness, I mean darkness on all levels. And that doesn't necessarily indicate abuse, because darkness can mean darkness of the intellect, ignorance, darkness of the spirit, spiritual confusion. People who are spiritually confused believe that the Christian thing to do is send Mexicans and Guatemalans and other Latinos to Alligator Alcatraz and to bomb Gaza. Because in their spiritual confusion, they believe that they're the good guys in all of this. In their spiritual confusion, they have no media literacy because they can't see straight. And they think that Superman is coming for them now. They think that the movie Superman is coming for them now. I understand how soul deep, how DNA deep this shit goes, and that people don't have a choice what they are born into, but they do have a choice of who they become as an adult. I do not buy into all of that. Oh, well, they were raised this way, so they don't know any better. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. We were all raised in certain ways that we have deep and undone in adulthood. What I'm not about to do, and what I do not encourage you to do, is coddle these. Ooh. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it that doesn't get this video taken down and doesn't come across as bullying the less intelligent among us. Because I'm really, actually not that nice of a person. But I'm trying to be, because the algorithm likes niceness. So let's think about this before I speak. These people, most of them, have dedicated their lives to making the rest of us uncomfortable, to trying to strip away people's rights, to excluding people who look different from them or worship different from them or dress different from them or believe different from them from what they perceive as the light and the love. Their entire belief system is based on exclusion and righteous vengeance, righteous anger, righteous grievance, righteous everything, because they put the name of Jesus in everything. Those blasphemous motherfuckers. Their entire raison d'etre is making people they don't like uncomfortable. They voted for Trump to own the libs. They talk about Trump at family dinner when you've begged them not to make you uncomfortable. What I am not about to do, and what I do not encourage anybody to do, is to spare them the discomfort of their choices or try to save them from the mental and emotional fallout that is the consequences of their actions. Don't take that away from them. That is not yours to take. Their discomfort, this cognitive dissonance that is now starting to send all these people spiraling into, is everything I believed a lie? Yes. Everything you believed is a lie. Yeah, you fucked up big time. You fucked up big time. Do not save them from the discomfort and the earth-shattering ego death that causes. It is not our fucking job to keep coddling white people. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't need to be coddled. They need a kick in the ass. And God damn it, I gotta give it to them. Because for better or for worse, Trump was the only one that was going to be able to give them the kick in the ass they need to make sure that this doesn't happen again. All of this Confederate-rooted hatred, greed, and bigotry and shit, stomp it out. Don't let it happen again.
Black people have been having a narcissistic relationship with the system in America, where they have been blamed for problems, where it is a system that has been hostile to them for generations, you see? But they have always learned how to navigate economic hardship, limited opportunities, underfunded schools, wages disparities, housing discrimination, and unequal treatment within the system. So when hard times hit America, many Black people are not shocked because resilience has always been part of their history. And this doesn't mean that Black people don't feel the pain of high gas prices, expensive groceries, rising rent, healthcare, or even unemployment? Of course they do, but many black people have developed survival instincts because history has forced them to. They have always known how to stretch limited resources and how to support extended family while still building strong communities, even when the institutions failed them. And despite all this, Black Americans have continued to contribute largely to the country's economy, culture, military, education, sports, entertainment, and political progress, but they have always been blamed for the problems America faces instead of examining policies and systems. When you look at black farmers, they have not been getting government welfare to run their farms, but they have always survived and became successful. When you look at black entrepreneurs, sometimes they have been denied loans. You see, black workers have faced hiring discrimination and wages gaps. Black neighborhoods have always been affected by too much policing and aggressive policies. Black students have attended underfunded schools, and despite all this, black people have always adapted and survived. If America wants some progress and unity, it has to understand the history of black people instead of blaming them. It has to acknowledge that inequality has always existed for the longest time. And maybe people who ignored inequality cannot recognize how economic systems affect different communities differently. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.